Hey guys, so I have a replay here for you today. Um, so the faction I have in front of me is the Bundeswehr. So it comprises of all the German nations, so Bavaria, Württemberg, Russia. I think they're going against the UK and France. So this will be an interesting matchup. Bundeswehr has a lot of variety. So they're moving up the first Bavarian Uhlans, so the Lancers, Hanoverian Hussar Guard. They should be very good. The second König Bavaria. See what the other player has. Pushing up some basic Cav, Chevalier. Some some 6 pounder horse. What else do they have? Some Saxon infantry. Skirmishers, the first Jaegers of Saxony. Beautiful flag, nice tunes. More Saxon infantry, second Bavarian Grenadier, Kaiser Wilhelm. So a lot of variety, as you can see. First Hesse, Liebgard. They look really tough. Craft do they have? First Cuirassiers of Bavaria, second Cuirassiers of Bavaria. Okay. What does the other player have over here? Hanoverian, Saxon, Württemberg. Okay, I'm a fan of Württemberg myself. They look really nice. Okay. Any elites? Any elites? Hanoverian Guard. Okay. Oh, I love the black pants. I've never seen a unit like that before. Hanoverian Guard and the first Bavarian Lieb Grenadiers. Okay. Some Saxon Lieb Grenadiers. They look really cool. And second Cuirassiers as well. Okay, so it's going to be a nice matchup, I think. England will bring quite the bit, as well as France. So we're just scouting out, seeing what they have, while bringing up the 6 pounders to get a good position. If you can defend it with Cav, you can get your position you want. Everyone will be fighting for terrain. Right, we should be seeing some British very soon. The French are pushing up as well. Saxon Lieb, yeah. Karl von, did they bring the both same general? Did they? Karl von and Karl von Württemberg, okay. We'll fast forward a tiny bit. Seems the players are very passive, but the distance to marching as well is a bit from their spawn. Yeah, so it can only be expected that if the Bundeswehr army's there, their armies yet have arrived, and it's mostly around here probably and around the general. They just haven't decided to scout out with Cav. Nor are the units spotted, so there's no hidden units from France at least. Alright, here we are. First unit spotted is from the French. Okay, so he's decided to get about around his flank, I suppose. Got Bavarian Cav. He might be marching into this unless he has something to come across here from the railway line. Okay, some British are spotted as well. Bundeswehr decided to push a bit further, see what's going on. Seems we got some Dragoons. Britain is famed for its Dragoons. Has the best Dragoons in game. It's on par with Austria. Oof. Opening barrage. Some Dragoons as well from France. Got to love Dragoons. France got to be careful, because if they pushed everything up here, they could get attacked from the flank, so just making sure to work with UK and perhaps focus on this army here and leave this army off. You don't want to be walking into these cannons and they're doing their damage. So I suppose France is struggling to walk through the forest, the bushes. They can slow the army down very much. UK is now deciding to venture out into the plain field. Seems like some hussars. They look like guard hussars. Seeing as these are most likely guard hussars, they're being a bit bold. But Bavarian first, Uhlans, and a guard hussar can just match it as well, so they're going to pull back. You don't want to get attacked by lancers. It doesn't matter if it's guard, hussar you have or whatever. Most of the time, if they have a lance on them and they get that charge bonus off, you're going to lose your cav. More British cav coming up, so they brought a lot. Again, Dragoons from UK are some of the best, if not the best in the game, so you're going to want to bring them. Bundeswehr artillery off. Seems we have a grand battery. Some really good positions, 12-pounders. Seem like they're Bavarian. Or perhaps a unified artillery from Bundeswehr, from all nations. Yeah, really good shots. That must be very painful. So they're going to pull back. They don't want to endure that. Yeah. French infantry have been spotted, so my god, they've been marching for a while. So it seems we have Foreign Legion, it looks like. Either Foreign Legion or basic line infantry. We'll compare them soon. Perhaps it's basic infantry. Foreign Legion, I think they have white on them when it comes to their leggings. So since they've basically brought Dragoons and no scouting cav, the Bundeswehr have more of an info on them. Shooting the general within traditional era that is not allowed, so I suppose they must have been firing at a cav unit, or was it by mistake? So yeah, they have more of an intel on the French. You don't want to push up your Dragoons to get shot by artillery, so that's the thing. If you don't want to bring light cav, you want to bring heavy cav, Dragoons and Cuirassiers. This is what's going to happen. They're going to scout out against you, and you can't really do anything. They can stop the fire, but it's not really going to do anything. They might run away before they can get their volley off. So they're pushing forward again with Dragoons, seeing what's going on. The Bundeswehr decided, you know what, we're not going to push into their area where we have a good defensive position. We're going to hold this. So they could have pushed all the way up, but they decided not to. And France has to make sure that's not happening. So he's going to push forward his cav. His infantry should be around soon. England has arrived. The first Uhlans have scouted them out. So it's very important not to get confused that the British, their basic units, do have bearskin, so this might look like something elite. It's very hard to discern between what's elite and not when it comes to the UK. They don't have Shakos for their basic units. My god. Ripping through lines. That is a lot of damage. Yeah. Those 12-pounders are going to be doing God's work. Very good position as well. It's on a bit of a hill, a bit of a slope. Seems we're having a charge. Seems he's just trying to lower the cav in, perhaps. And get a bit more artillery shots into that. See if we can get a volley from the cannon. Just about finishing their reload. There they go now. Yeah. Precision pinpoint. They've barely marched to the battlefield and they're already getting hammered at. British infantry is really good at line fighting, so the Bundeswehr should obviously want to wear down as much as they can before their infantry arrives. So it seems we have the 1st Saxon Lead Guard, the König Prince, the Württemberg Gelt Regiment, Saxon infantry, so basic infantry to face off against this. Again, the French are still arriving. Most of their units are probably coming through the forest and the line here, because they don't want to face this, and as I was saying before, they're just going to try wrap around them. They must have an army coming here to push this back, or they're just going to have to link up with the British, because this is something they don't want to deal with. Dragoons going in to take on the Bavarian 5th Jaegers. There they go in. And they are gone off the field now.
Our men are running, sir.
Better be careful, the artillery is exposed. They save it with the Crassier here. It's gonna get a shot into them. Yeah. They're gonna try to pull that back now. So fighting's already underway. Bit of a standoff. I think Britain's waiting for the rest of their army to arrive and then they will push against this. Artillery has stopped firing, have they? Hmm. Okay. First volley has undergone. Oof. Okay, we've missed an entire advance from the British. So it seems Danish Bavarian Uhlans charged the British cav. It seems that they were guards. They've done quite the damage to the Bavarians as well, so British are gonna try to get their revenge and charge that unit down. Want to be careful not to get friendly fire here. But it seems the Lancer is gonna get out of there. Alright, so the British are disengaging from this line fight. More French are arriving on the field. So he's going to decide to fight against this.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
This is what I'm saying. This defensive position, this train line being an obstruction, it would be better if the French come into the center and help the British, because the British are trying to outflank in the forest. They don't have enough to face this at the moment, so they're pulling back. If the French helped a bit, they could push this army to the side, get in between. This entire Bundeswehr army will have to obviously cross, and that's not going to be good. So they're going to have to cross forest, which are already in, and they're going to have to cross more forest. So they're pushing against skirmishers and artillery. Pushing into the open again. This is an attack I don't advise. Unless they have infantry pulling up now, they're going to get shot from the side, from the 1st Saxon Jaegers. Perhaps even charged. 3 infantry against 2. So their army should be showing up soon, and we can see what the French commander has in mind for such an attack. So it seems the German commander is decided to push forward a few infantry to clear out what the British have in the forest. They should be very careful because we saw dragoons charging down. So the French commander decided to pull back. He has enough, and again, hasn't claimed much lives, but just doesn't want to engage this any longer. More Germans have decided to arrive. Yeah, he's going to pull a get back against that now. There's a big gap in between the armies. What's going to fill it up is the question. So fire is underway again. Saxons shooting into the British, advancing the redcoats. See the British pull back, it seems. The Württemberg Gelt regiments, they look very nice. Are the British in range? They should be. Oof. Again. Redlining troops already. There they go again, firing once again. They stopped firing for a bit. Sorry, I need to do something. You're back. Okay, so here's the French. Again, the French seem to be moving up more infantry. They're fixated on this. So, and it seems they're more having a bit of a blocking force, a bit of just an occupation, if you'd say. It's a few units, some more pulling up. The British as well. The British are just losing this. This unit is routing. It's under fire by the artillery. So far, it seems the Bundeswehr is having the best of the fighting so far, but the rest of the troops are arriving. Seems these could be guard troops, especially since they're singing tunes. So yes, these are the basic French units. This could be perhaps militia or the basic units, so these should be something elite, perhaps. Dragoons pulling up as well. So he's going to hold this. He has a big force here. And they're going to now decide to push into the center and see what they can do. Artillery off again. He's firing an unspotted unit, are they? It must be targeting the ground. So the Bundeswehr has decided to move up a bit more infantry. Center's a bit open, so that's a very good move from them. What are they sending forward? Hanoverian Guard, I think I saw. Bavarian. Hanoverian Infantry. Hanoverian Lead Guard, yes, the first Lead Guard. So far we haven't seen anything too serious from the British yet. They haven't brought any troops in force, but seems now we're seeing something pop up from the horizon. So they're gonna push back into this, and the Saxons are obviously gonna pull back. Let their artillery to deal the work which they have been doing. They are giving up the heights though. It is slanting down on them. A line fight continuing over here. Seems the Bavarians have the Bundeswehr have decided to leave a token force here and shift up most of their troops to the side. And French have pretty much done the same. Seems pretty equal. Liebe. So these aren't any basic troops. Standing on the railway. French. Right, so the bulk of the British army seems to be here. Once again, the artillery. Being a major nuisance to them. But they're going to push forward nonetheless. Bundeswehr seems to be on the wrong foot, so they're going to pull back and realign themselves. You don't want to be doing that while the enemy is firing at you. A little bit of a sound glitch. They don't seem to be hearing them fire. British are pushing forward. Oh, is a Dragoon going to get snuck upon by a Lancer? Is this a Lancer? It is indeed. The first Lancers. Oh, but more cav is shown in the forest. The Lancer doesn't have time to pull back, so they're just going to go in and see how much they can get. Some of these units should be able to form square. I think these are just named, so perhaps not that one, but the Grenadier Kaiser Wilhelm could perhaps form. So this is a very good push from the British, using the forest to seal their troops till the last moment. So the British Dragoons charging through and wrapping around now. The cannons could perhaps be in danger, so they're shifting over more cav. The infantry in the center pushing forward as well. Keep the pressure. So it seems after all, they have pretty much done that. Forget about this. It's not worth it. They all know that it's going to happen around here. And obviously, the British on their flank have succeeded. But they better get these units out of melee now before the Crassios come. You don't want to get caught in melee. What general? Better move your general out the way. The French columns, they must be melee troops. They have cav in the back as well, so they're trying to force a way through. Oh, the Grenadiers of the Guard. Okay. So we're now seeing proper units from France coming. These must be some foreign legion or a good unit, as the rest of the French army of basic units. So the British will want to support France, keeping up the pressure. They're doing very well on the flank. So the artillery's fixated on them as well, so push forward while you can. And help France. It seems that France has decided to pull back. And again, skirmishers, solid line already formed, and cav. Wait for the British to push up and then perhaps go in again. They're already winning on one flank. The artillery's at threat. So the Bundeswehr have gotten around the flanks, eventually. They have brought the 1st Bavarian Lead Guard, the Hanoverian Guard, and the 1st König Regiment. So again, pretty much a very elite unit. Okay. Bit of an action going over here, but we have a cav charge from the French Dragoons, and it seems to be, is that a Cressier unit? No, it's just a general, and they're going in now. They're going in against the Hanoverian infantry. Veering off right into the infantry. And that's going to do its damage now. These are just basic units. 1st Lead Guard, can they form square? They don't.
Our men are running, sir.
Cuirassiers moving in. So very good charge from the French. These units were kind of just the anchor while the more elite of the Bavarians, or the Bundeswehr, moved over and into the center. So it's very smart. And there they go, carving through the Bundeswehr. For Saxon Jaegers, they are good at shooting, but once in melee, not very much. Rear guard. And they're going to do what they're best, and that's melee. Straight carved through them. Routed on impact. So a lot of friendly fire. It's getting very frantic. This Dragoon has been in melee for quite a while, and against Cressiers they are going to lose it. But if they pull back, they are going to rout, so the French have seemed to be routing now, so we'll have to bring in some cav support to help this. The general must have pulled to rally. Stop a French charge like that. It's very, very odd how the French routed there. So they've seemed to
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be pulled back though. They seem to be holding back the English advance, the forest again, slowing them down. But they gotta get that cav, the artillery out of there, or perhaps shift over more cav. But in doing so, they're going to expose their center now. French forming square. Very, very sound move. While infantry is in the front, they're shifting units onto their side, so cav doesn't come in support. So it seems the dragoons have pulled back and the cuirassiers as well. Chevalier have lost against the French basic units routing against the lead grenadiers. So the French are now pushing back. The unit that's formed square has been charged. Are the French going to send cav forward to help? And now the artillery, they haven't decided to pull them back. They're going to be stubborn and hold. Hanoverian Garde Corps, who did not see this unit. That is pretty much the elite of what Hanover has.
Our men are running, sir.
And they are making way. They are charging back, the British, as well with 12-pounder canister, very deadly. Yeah. The general's not careful, he might get some as well. So they're just sending in everything they have. It's a grind. But the French are going to win that. Hanoverian Guard Hussars. Are they going to try to hold back this tide? Seems the French in the center are losing the line fight. Severity. Saxon infantry, 4th Hence. So a lot of named units, which are very good. The 4th, Württemberg, 2nd Württemberg going against. It seems to be elite units from French, but they're not faring too well. A bit of redlining from them, though. The guard holding the bulge in the line that they have created in the army. So the Hanoverian Garde Corps have done what they could from 160 down to 24 men. Racked up a lot of chevrons. This is going to be the last of their cav, which actually managed to rout the British, but routed themselves. So these must be the guard. These are proper bearskins and the epaulets and white tunics. Oh, tunics. These are Highlanders. Yeah, this is the guard. This is the guard now. The British Guard have arrived. With a lot of Highlanders. Yeah, a lot of elite named units, a lot of Highlanders they brought. So this is the Guard army. And all they can do is evacuate, charge in the artillery and blast back what they can and get everyone else to evacuate, to retreat. First Saxon Lead Grenadiers, Württemberg Guild. So the French have done very well. They've decided to make their little, what we call it, little bulge, anyways, within the lines. They want their territory that they fought hard for. And the Guard, obviously, the French Guard is holding that. Where's the Grenadiers? Here they are. So it seems the French over here have decided not to retreat, hold the tree line, hold the forest. But they will have to pull back eventually. The Bavarians, are they going to split them in two again? The Bavarians might have to just stop their advance here, or just go in for melee. They have a lot of Grenadiers, Lead Grenadiers, Hanoverian Guard, and the First König, so they must do something. Otherwise, they're going to lose here, especially against the French Guard. Seems the general is responding with a cav unit of Cuirassiers.
Our men are running, sir.
I wouldn't say they're 32nd Highlanders, but they are Highlanders. They're winning against the batting Grenadiers. Nothing is stopping this British tide. So they've decided to send in the second Cuirassiers, see what they can do. Can they snip this in the butt and steal the Grenadiers? They don't form square, do they? They don't. So that's a very good charge from them. If you're able to charge
Our men are running, sir.
a unit of elites and they don't see it. It was too slow though. So they had no momentum. They will rout against the Guard with a general support. So they decided to charge, which was a very good sound move. The Grenadiers making very good work. The Grenadiers and the Guard making good work over here. Forming squares well and routing some Dragoons. So that's a very good move from the Bundeswehr. But will it be enough? Will they be able to rout this in time? We did speak about how the French will have to pull back. But it's a race against the time. Is the Bundeswehr going to be able to rout this and come to the aid here? Or is the French going to win against here?
Our men are running, sir.
The Guards marching forward to victory, crossing the railway. So they've officially been split into two. Both commanders have been split into two down the road. The general's moving over to his side of the army. It's a very good defensive position. The Guard, they form square. Lons charging cav. Dragoons, really good downhill. As I was saying, it doesn't matter. If they get a good cav, you could lose your unit, but it seems that they routed because the Guards formed square, meleeed and shot into them. So I think it is safe to say this could be a French and British victory. More 42nd. Keep calling 42nd. They're just Highlanders. Moving forward. They're going to turn around and shoot back. The officer with his pistol. So you might have seen why did the officer shoot twice there with that pistol. There they go. Because they have Colt pistols. They have rounds within their pistols. Yeah, the French are losing a bit here. They're being very stubborn, the Bundeswehr. So the French need to be very careful here because this is very basic troops. And I think the British have noticed that and they're bringing forward some units to help. While their elite units are tracking through the forest, they might be able to defeat them here, and this could be a
One of our units has used all its
50-50%
ammunition, sir.
who's going to win, but the British are bringing troops. And it doesn't seem the Bundeswehr have the men, the power. They do have Lieb Grenadier, but against the British Guard, who are good at shooting, and they have Highlanders, which are good at melee. It doesn't seem they will be able to win after all. Lieb are routing a bit there, redlining. So they're doing very well, the Bundeswehr. They're not giving up. The British will have to push instead of just standing there. Help the French. You have Cav support, so there's nothing to be scared of. Again, these are obviously elites, so they might just want to keep their distance, not get into melee. The Guard. Doesn't look like feeding. I think they're just trying to get around. Being very defiant. Making the British pay for every inch. British Guard looking very nice. Yeah. The Highlanders, are they going to shoot their volley? Now they are. Brilliant.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
So it seems the British brought enough infantry to hold the French centre while their units come through the forest. They are pulling back though against the Saxon Lieb. So I think the British are just content with
Our men are running,
lane
sir.
fighting, what they're best at doing. Ooh, the Guard have routed. So I suppose it's very important that the British have decided to pull back. They don't want to go for a charge. Seems the Württemberg Gelt Regiment must be something elite. A lot of named units here, so the British have been pushed back. With the elite of France charging through, it doesn't seem the Bundeswehr dream of victory is going to be realized. The Guard, we would love to see much more from them, but they are marching happily through the forest. The French charging.
Our men are
Six
running,
pounder.
sir.
6-pounder horse. Getting shot in the back. Very clean volley from them. So they're gonna once again cross over the river that they were racing behind.
The
A
entire
lot
unit
of
is
carnage
dead,
this
sir.
battle was, a lot of cav. A lot of cav trying to protect these cannons. The line fights. The artillery from the Bundeswehr doing its job, but doesn't seem it was enough. The French bayonet decided this battle. And are continuing to do so.
Our men are running, sir.
Just rolling up the flank. An entire sweep move they've done. So they found the weak spots within the army, charged and pressed the momentum. So, yeah, the British did not want to get close, and it does prove that. The Grenadiers, Lead Grenadiers, decided to charge basic units of Britain, which they sent to help, but they kind of done it too late.
Our men are running, sir.
No, they've held the ground, have they? They're still fighting. Yeah, there they go. So they still have a bit of fight left in them. The British are pulling back. But once the French conclude their melee, they will swing back, and it seems the Württemberg, the Bundeswehr will be soundly defeated. So the British have made their stand behind a road. Saxons returning fire. Württemberg. Some friendly fire. Saxons are routing.
Our men are running, sir.
Saxon player know he can get his units on top of this, but then again, British are thwarting that attempt. So it seems the British will be able to hold out. After all, they found a good position to defend upon a hill. Doing what's best, shooting. Very lovely red uniforms. So they're doing more marching than shooting, and this is costing them. I think they perhaps have given up.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Okay, so they've marked up quite the chevrons. The Hanoverian Guard, first Lieb Grenadiers of Bavaria, and the first König, holding stoutly with their general at their side. The Grenadiers going to. So it seems the army over there has finally routed, the British making their stand, and the French going to finish us up with a melee from the old guard. So they're making a defensive line. Turn around guard. The cool uniforms will be commented on early on. The French steal the charge of the Grenadiers once again. Hanoverian Guard is very stubborn.
Our men are running, sir.
They're actually managing to rout units. But there they go. The general now sending himself into the. I will die with my men.
All hope is lost, sir. This battle is almost done.
Right. Right, so that concludes quite a very interesting battle. They've done very well when it came with the cannons. That was very impressive. Okay, so here's the team. So Lau Modano, Bingo, Nay. Very good KDRs. Overall, it was very tight, you know. Okay, nearly 600 kills with the lead guard. They could have done a bit better, the lead guard regiment. So the first Hens is a lead guard regiment after all. Doesn't seem they performed too well. We'll check more kills. Okay. So if you like this battle, obviously leave a like. And if you would like to partake in the mod, it'll be in the description. And I'll see you all next time.